Every evening, Jonathan Anderson walked into the quaint old library on Maple Street just as the sun began to set. He always headed straight for the fiction section, his favorite, where he would spend hours lost in the pages of countless novels. One rainy afternoon, as he was deeply engrossed in a classic novel, Jonathan felt a gentle tap on his shoulder. He looked up to find the librarian, Eleanor Bennett, smiling warmly at him with a book in her hand. "I thought you might enjoy this one," she said, handing him a beautifully bound copy of his favorite author's latest work. Their fingers brushed slightly, sending an unexpected jolt through Jonathan's heart and causing him to blush faintly. Eleanor noticed his reaction, and her smile grew wider, her own cheeks tinged with a delicate shade of pink. From that day on, their brief interactions became the highlight of Jonathan's visits, each moment filled with unspoken words and lingering glances. Jonathan began to notice little details about Eleanor, like the way she tucked a stray lock of hair behind her ear when she was deep in thought. One evening, while sorting through some old books in the library's attic, Jonathan stumbled upon a dusty, leather-bound journal with Eleanor's name on it. Curiosity piqued, he opened the journal to find entries that revealed a life filled with secrets, sorrow, and remarkable resilience. Through the journal, Jonathan learned of Eleanor's past in a distant town where she had once been a celebrated musician. Eleanor had left her promising career behind after a tragic accident that took the life of her beloved sister, Margaret Bennett. Jonathan's heart ached as he read about Eleanor's struggle to overcome the grief and rebuild her life. Determined to help her heal, he decided to gently bring up the topic during one of their conversations. One quiet evening, as they were alone in the library, Jonathan finally mustered the courage to ask her about her past. Eleanor looked startled at first, but Jonathan's kind eyes and gentle demeanor encouraged her to open up. As she began to share her story, tears welled up in her eyes, and Jonathan reached out to hold her hand reassuringly. In the midst of her recounting, she mentioned a hidden passageway beneath the library that she and Margaret used to play in as children. Intrigued, Jonathan asked if she remembered how to access the secret passage. Eleanor led him to an old bookshelf at the back of the library, where she pulled out a specific book that triggered a hidden mechanism. The hidden door creaked open, revealing a dark and dusty staircase leading down into the unknown depths beneath the library. With a mixture of excitement and trepidation, Jonathan lit a lantern and started to descend the stairs, with Eleanor following close behind. The air grew colder as they descended, and the walls were lined with old cobwebs and eerie carvings. At the bottom, they discovered an ancient door adorned with intricate symbols and a heavy, rusted lock. Jonathan carefully examined the lock and found that it could be opened with a peculiar, ornate key he had seen in Eleanor's journal. With a nervous glance, Eleanor handed the key to Jonathan, who inserted it into the lock with a steady hand. The lock clicked open, and with a deep breath, Jonathan pushed the ancient door, which groaned as it slowly swung inward. Inside, they found a vast chamber filled with chests overflowing with gold coins, glittering jewels, and ancient artifacts untouched for centuries. Eleanor's eyes widened in disbelief as she realized that the stories her grandmother used to tell were true. Jonathan picked up a shimmering necklace from one of the chests, marveling at the craftsmanship and history it held. As they explored the chamber further, they came across an ancient map that seemed to depict even more hidden secrets waiting to be discovered. Jonathan and Eleanor exchanged excited glances, knowing this discovery was just the beginning of their incredible adventure. With renewed determination, they decided to follow the map's clues, eager to uncover the mysteries that lay ahead. Their journey led them through dense forests, over towering mountains, and across rushing rivers, each step bringing them closer to the forgotten history the manuscript hinted at. After days of arduous travel, they finally arrived at an ancient temple hidden deep within the jungle, its grand entrance obscured by vines. Jonathan carefully pushed aside the vines, revealing an intricate inscription above the entrance that seemed to match the symbols in the manuscript. Eleanor reverently traced the symbols with her fingertips, feeling a connection to the ancient history they were about to uncover. As they stepped inside, the temple's walls lit up with an ethereal glow, illuminating murals that depicted a civilization long forgotten. The murals told the story of a powerful king and his quest for immortality, a tale that had been lost to time until now. Jonathan and Eleanor marveled at the vivid scenes, realizing they were witnessing history that had been buried for millennia.